Town of Cicero Planning Board meeting. You please join us in the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first order of business is the approval of the May 20th minutes from my meeting. Any questions or comments? We have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We were in the second.
I'll second.
Jen?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Zach? Yes. And I have a question. Approved. Now we'll open the meeting to public comment. If there's anybody in the audience that would like to address any active application, you can do so now. If nobody's approached, we'll close the public input. Move on to the first agenda item. This is a site plan sketch review for a proposed cannabis cultivation center at property at 6306 East Half Road. Good evening. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Zach Richardson. I work for Southwood Fresh Fruit and Agro. I'm representing Barry Heitkamp, the owner of the building, owner of the property to the east, and the proposed tenant, Valencia Cannabis. The facility that Mary built actually just about being done completed. Zoning, original code enforcement stated when she has a tenant selected, because there wasn't enough, to come back to the planning board to get approval. The cannabis cultivation center is a private building, home that will be working in the facility. Will be there, top 60 exact numbers. They have high efficiency carbon filters. Any smells or anything like that out of the air. We won't get rid of it completely, but it'll get rid of it into a hospital, big spread filters. Yeah, they prefer nobody really knows they're there or what they're making. So they want it to be clean and kind of foolproof as possible. And Mary being right next door for her facility, she researched this highly with the tenant to make sure that her building next door for high watt capacitors will be affected. She's seen the such that it won't be. So we're going to you guys will move.
Great. Welcome for questions.
And this is just for cultivation,
Correct.
Union sale of cannabis or cannabis product.
Yes, this is not open to the public.
Which are? I'm strange a little bit, but this would be the first application for this building.
No, the building was approved via code when they first built it. But when they had no tenant, she wanted to get it constructed. And that's why we're reaching out now that she finally does have a tenant. No matter the tenant, they said that we would have to come here for review.
The plans you submitted, they're dated January 24. So this one we want to site plan one for the facility.
Yeah.
Look forward to hearing more about it. Process and such.
Oh, well, I'm not the proprietor of the business, but this is, you know, they have grow lights, everything is done indoors. Everything is trimmed and cleaned and packaged before it leaves the facility, and then it's brought to dispensaries throughout the area. So nobody will
How big
be.
an area would be supplying?
What was that?
How big an area would it be supplying?
I should not go over that with them, but it should be like the central New York area.
Eric?
So you said that, the new tenant wants to do their business and no one will know they're there, so there will be no sign?
No, no signage, just the access.
How many employees?
This is 15. So we're gonna be the owners of the business, you know, 3 to 5 employees.
And any customers coming now? So they have salespeople that go out?
Yeah, it's really more bringing the product to dispensaries. It's sort of people wouldn't buy it anyway, so they won't have any public sales.
Okay.
Similar to any of the other dispensaries, Heirloom or any of the other, companies like that.
So,
So,
That's not design, that sounds nice.
Can you describe traffic flow? You mentioned 8 employees, what else? Sorry.
Other than that, you just delivery trucks, right?
It's okay.
Just the staff members that work there, typical 8 to 5, and then delivery trucks, which are only so often because they produce it all at once, you know, really once the harvest comes in.
So what kind of comp, you know?
What was that?
What kind of comp for the delivery trucks
Oh, I don't even know. 2
per day?
Oh, probably every other week, maybe. It won't be that much.
So a vehicle they own? Yeah.
I believe it would be a vehicle they own, but no signage or branding and labeling on
And you mentioned the, taking care of the odor situation, mostly, talking indoors, outdoors, you know.
it. Similar to like, any other like hospital or facility like that, this would have the carbon filter, so it does have the exhaust out. But it has the, you know, the micro. Sorry, I can't remember all the technical terms, but the architect, so. Yeah, the activated carbon filtration has millions of microscopic pores that trap the organic compounds. That's rotated as it's needed for the manufacturer specs. So they're trying to keep everything clean, so everything that comes out it won't be perfectly odorless, but the smell is nothing that would be, smoked or burned. It's just from the site itself that it naturally gives. So it wouldn't be a smell that would be as recognizable compared to the smell.
Mark, you gonna go through a review with us?
I'm sorry?
Are you going through a review with
I
us?
have not yet, no,
Well,
yes,
you can let me know the names, sure. You know. Doesn't order up or.
sure.
And we can provide all the equipment that they use on that.
That's all I have to see.
So the operator will hold the New York State license from Office of Cannabis Management for a couple of years.
Yeah, he does right now. It's they're required to see the location.
And there are regulations relative to odor.
Yeah, and even interiors, the building has to be kept similar to where they process food or restaurants where everything's get clean surfaces, very particularly all that, so we're having all smooth surfaces on the side as well, so. It'll be clean.
So it looks like they go right from starting the seed right to the finished product.
And then, there's actually site plan review for the floor plan, everything's labeled out, specified for what each room is.
All set for now.
I'm set for now, we'll just do a review of the plans, I don't expect there will be much, because it's. I don't think you're proposing any changes to the site essentially, right, just
Nope.
as previously approved. So we should be good, we'll just do a quick review and. Probably get back next meeting.
I imagine there'll be a security system.
Yes, for New York State, you do have a security system, secure entries and exits. Those will all be steel doors with panic hardware, that you can only access from the interior, the egress on the outside, and anything that does have a key is connected to the secure system.
I just had to, because it's just review for then last into the building, don't set up the common plan before. It's exempt from, so we won't have to get back to the bottom.
We're all set, unless you have any further.
I appreciate that.
Could I get your name? What was your name?
Yes, Adam Richardson.
Thank you.
Next item is a site plan review as well, sketch review, this is for a proposed baked goods store at the property 5866 State Route 1.
We all come up here?
Sure.
Identify yourself before you speak.
That's good.
I want to be in the way.
You brought samples, I'm glad you don't got it. What is your favorite sample?
You guys
There?
also should, there's a lot in there.
Good evening, thank you for your time tonight. My name is Kiefer Kale, I'm with Kettwin and Friedman Associates. Today I'm representing Next Choice Property Holding LLC. Their project at 5866, 31 Cicero, as well as the new tenant, on Farms Bakery in Dillon. Some of you might remember this site as it was developed in 2022, but quick refresher, it's a 5.8 acre lot at Route 31 in Cicero, just east of interchange of Interstate 81 and Route 31. The previous use of the site is a metabolic fitness gym that is since relocated, leaving the site vacant. Today we are requesting a minor site plan review and a change of use from the previous gym to the proposed bacon store upon farms, as well as the signage on the northern and western building faces. As far as that goes, there's no other site changes to the site. For the wall mounted signs, there's one on the northern face of 30.9 square feet that's facing Route 31 that will be replacing an existing sign, the Metabolic Fitness. And then also one on the western face of the gym or of the building, it's 15.8 square feet facing the fast track and Interstate 81 that will also be replacing an existing Metabolic Fitness sign. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Okay, one concern as far as traffic, with people going westerly coming out of there.
Yes, so with the turn lane as well as the shared access easement with the property that's also owned by Next Choice Property Holding. There's two entry and exit drives with that turning lane in the middle for up 31 back up.
Can I also, Brian Cohen, 811 Summerview Drive, Fayetteville. This use, they have a location in Manlius and they anticipate very similar numbers, for traffic count. And it's pretty much the same thing that, Metabolic Gym was doing. So,
That's right.
what's that?
It's spread out more.
Yeah, but spread out more throughout the day, because it's not like they have a class of, 40 people in there, it's people coming in periodically, so the traffic is more spread out than the previously approved use.
Okay, John. Okay, that really in the little work. There's plaza here on 31.
Yeah, but this property is completely separate to this adjacent property that has the three buildings on it. So this one is totally separate project from the other three.
Because I noticed the one section was vacant.
Yes.
That's, they're gonna squeeze in there.
No, so this is where the old Metabolic Fitness gym was. It will be replacing that.
Separate building, it's right next to the gas station, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to stand alone.
Standalone building on a separate tax parcel, on its own tax parcel.
No, it's to the south side of 31.
It's on the south side.
South side, yeah, I got lots of stuff. But yeah, we look forward to coming to the town, we can certainly use some good fresh bakery, which I'm reading on my phone there of your comments, they're not all very, very good.
Yes, we're excited. Really
Tell me what
excited.
they have to say.
Gonna be a problem for everyone.
Wait, lice.
Yeah.
Are you guys coming in from the east of Cicero then? Manlius and.
Well, you're
So-
originally from Utica, right?
Yeah, so our flagship store is in Yorkville. You know where Yorkville is? In Utica?
Yeah.
And then we expanded to Manlius and, now Cicero. Yeah,
Glad you came this way.
thank you. I appreciate it.
What was your name, ma'am?
Heather Petrova,
Please spell it.
Potrzeba.
Thank you.
Oh, Sasha? Yes, I'm sorry, right.
Also, I want to say welcome to Cicero.
Thank you.
Very excited about, having a bakery in our town. I was trying to think if we had one. I know we do in our grocery stores. And then there's some in the village in our Syracuse, but I don't think we have one in the town of Cicero. So very excited about that.
Thank you.
I also am concerned about traffic Well, just the people that wanna unlock. Is there a plan for a median? In that stretch?
Not that I'm aware of, but that was been talked about over the years, going back probably close to 20 years, right? Yeah. But no, I don't know.
I do that turn a lot and it's a lot more, like if you're driving by.
Lane, right?
There's a middle turn lane and you can confidently get into the middle turn lane without, like.
Certain times of day, that is.
The biggest problem is if someone is rude and doesn't wanna let you merge
Yeah.
or something like that, but I go there multiple times a day, cause we have the other properties, so. It's not really a big problem, especially the fact that the traffic is much more spread out than the previous use. I think that's, should be okay.
Does it, what happens on the other side of the street when they have to go the opposite way? Does that? How does that work?
It's the same.
It's the same,
There is
okay.
a public middle lane where you can.
Yeah.
Get out there.
As far as traffic goes, the previous use, we had the 8 classes a day. They had about 30 people a class. They actually had a traffic study done for their project in Manlius. And they expect about 325, 350 visitors will be the same. But it'll be spread out over the 12 hours that they're open from 6 AM to 9 AM, with key hours being between 6 and 9.
And how many parking spots are there?
There's 34 parking spots on the site, right? But they're,
We expanded the parking lot for metabolic just 3 years ago. So
Yeah,
there's plenty of parking.
That's plenty of parking.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
I had a traffic numbers question I was already touched on, but it's be dangerous, so maybe I might commute a little.
A little harder, you're gonna make that turn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this was last approved in 22. We've had some architectural modifications, changes, requirements
for the inside of the building.
for the outside of
Or
it.
for the
No,
outside
we're not
building.
making any changes except for the sign.
Yep, just the signage, which will be replacing the existing signs that are already on.
All requiring changes.
What's
That
that?
already might be too strong. We're looking for the buildings to be enhanced from what they were.
Oh, we did backflow prevention. We modernized that whole, the backflow prevention system,
The building itself.
the building itself.
Base, crown molding,
Okay, I mean, we redid the facade of the.
You're talking about exterior or interior?
exterior.
Oh, exterior. It's a really beautiful, modern building. Yeah,
What am I missing? What's not the code?
Did they get a copy of this? Pardon? Did they get a copy of the design standards?
Designs, I don't recall, did I send those to you? Design standards, we may have talked about it briefly. So since that time, I think what the chairman trying to say, it's just the time the last site plan approval of the town is adopted, there's a design standard. So we talked about architectural design. And I know they made improvements at the building, I think they put ethos on the.
We put
the front of the
EVIS
sign.
on the sides of the building, we did a new sidewalk, and I think that the only thing, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The buildings next to us, next to this building, we did them in accordance with the new design standards. The only thing that we're really missing is some sort of a break in the I think it's called wainscoting, the 2 different colors on the building. But at this point, there's not really a way to modify the ephes. We'd have to tear the whole building apart essentially to modify to do that.
Yeah, we gotta do.
So,
We couldn't even work with it.
yeah,
I would like to see a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's also difficult with the ephes because it's there's 4 inches of foam. You have to really
What is it, ethos?
ephes is stucco. It's a modern version. It's a synthetic
That's
stucco.
decided.
That's the siding. Yep.
so one of the things that we really liked about the building is that it was so modern compared to all of the. This is an upgraded version of a lot of the buildings that are around it. We looked at other buildings and this was very modern, we wouldn't have to do anything to it. It's definitely upgraded from our standpoint for what we saw in Cicero. We were kind of shocked about that. It was like, oh, that's a good building, but obviously I'm not the decision maker, but I don't know how we would enhance that. I think,
Like one thing to do with a base, a 3 foot high base, like in brick material or something like that.
you can't put that on that type of building though, like that is a special material is what we're saying. That would ruin the whole, I mean, I'm into design, that would not look appropriate on that building. And also, on our standpoint, that was a Holland Farms building, if I can be honest, when we looked at Yorkville, I know we're not in Yorkville, we're in Cicero, but, it was a really clean design, I don't know how that would ever happen on that kind of material. I don't think it's feasible for me to do that.
What color will your signs be?
So our logo is red and white, that's a little dark for that, but, it would be a red. I don't know, did we submit that or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the signs are there.
So, you know, this is existing, it will work with you. If you were doing this new construction, we wouldn't allow that,
Right,
but we're willing to work with you, because you're having to do really, really good. If you can look at some options, Mark, I don't know if you have any thoughts.
I do not.
Would you-
You have an architectural consultant.
oh, there's something, okay. But this one is modernized, but I'm just curious as to what you want it to break up like colors or something?
So in the architectural standards, it talks about base at the separate color material, crown molding. If it's one of those, for the heavy broken, but this is.
More of old fashioned is what you're saying, not more modern, is what I'm gathering, right?
Not necessarily.
The small town, yeah,
I don't modern, it's not modern old fashioned, it's just, like the chairman's saying, that the design standards talk about a base, a midsection, crown to a building, you know, so whether it be textures or colors, you know, and I can show it to you, and like Mark said, our architectural design consultant will review it and make comments. But if you've got some ideas, if you're saying what to think about,
Marla Cohen, 520 Lenfield Lane, Fayetteville. Well, we just redid, but the building was in terrible shape, and we came before you and got what we have now approved, and that was only like 3.5 years ago. So now you ask us to change the building after 3 years of it being approved by you. It's not like, you know, it's 10 or 15 years old. The other one was, you know, I don't know how old, it was terrible looking, so, you know, this went through the planning board, we got approval, I understand your standard thing, but it's, you know, such a close time period. And, you know, the tenant likes the idea of having a clean, smooth
it was
building.
modern, yeah.
It does look quite modern compared to like we redid the 3 buildings next to us, the other buildings that we have with the 2, you know, to your new standards, because that was just done like last year or 1.5 ago. So it does, you know, to someone look a little bit more modern, and that's the look that asking for. And we did that whole building at great expense, you know, 3.5 years ago. Approved by you guys, you know, it was approved before, so, you know, if the law asked us to change the whole designs and look of the building that was just changed completely and approved by you, like, you know, 2 years ago. So
22, 4 years.
24 years ago, but
Timing.
We didn't implement the new regulations like council, is that
Yeah.
our job to make sure that they're,
I understand, but I mean, in practicality.
so we're willing to work with, but. We want to sometimes.
What about windows, what about like, their colors in the windows or something like that? What about window decals like Metabolic had?
Take a look at the standards,
Yeah,
we can come up with.
okay,
There's also, landscape standards. You're limited, obviously. But I think the front can be dressed up a little bit.
You're saying you like awnings, is that,
Maybe it'll.
could we,
yeah, like awnings over the windows, maybe?
That's what I think, might give it, it'll look like a.
Just the awnings over the window, maybe something
Yeah.
like that.
A cafe.
Yeah,
And then clean up the landscape a little bit.
yeah, I have something working on it right now. Yeah, I mean, if it helps, could we get like a conditionally approved with the modification of like over these windows?
We're not gonna do a conditional approval,
No. We got
Could
the-
we get continuance? I mean, how long do you think it would take us to get those awnings on the elevations?
So all you have to do is put it in plans, right?
Just by next week, probably you could get the awnings spec'd out on the plans. for
Yeah,
the
definitely,
elevations. Could
definitely.
we just get a continuance to next week to get those on the elevations for you guys, for you to be able to see it?
What are you asking for continuance? We're gonna get, yeah, we're gonna get you, remarks from our engineer. Both engineer,
Okay.
present the design and standards, and what you're gonna do to us, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
That's good.
But everyone likes the awning idea to break up the facade. Okay,
Good, like we said, I wouldn't object to the logo being slightly bigger.
We were trying to stay to their
Within
standards.
the- within-
No, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
There would be something that would help.
What's that?
Design wise,
well,
I'm saying that.
So we only had so much to work with, so you're saying I can go bigger,
Okay.
okay?
cause
Okay.
we're right,
We're good, we don't normally get that, so we'll take that.
right now, we're like kind of just within the ratio of what's allowable. With, for the sign,
But
but
if
it,
you guys say that she can make, she wants it bigger.
yeah,
Cause she has a lot of words in there.
Very flexible.
Okay.
okay, that's good.
Can you go back to the picture of the,
I like the way it is.
you like the way this?
Okay, so will the sign you would be replacing, you doing the signs the same way? With the one on the front and one on the side?
Yeah.
To replace those.
Yeah.
I don't think
Same
it
size, same size sign about.
I don't know what sign they have. What size sign?
It's probably the same size because they probably had to stay in the red, but you're limited.
Yeah, it didn't change.
So I presume it's the same size.
So do you think it would look better if your sign was, space between the two windows? And I see you're trying to go in the middle of the building.
Well, if you're putting awnings in, I think it might change where we're gonna put that.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe it could go between those two windows,
That's right.
yeah.
You know,
No,
yeah.
All set.
Similar to last project, I'll take a look, but again, I don't expect there will be much site wise that we'll have comments on.
This one as well. Also, this is-
Anything further for you?
So what do? We come back when?
2 weeks is the next meeting.
Okay,
Would you
We'll-
allow us to come back at the next meeting, or do you want us to submit?
We'll need some materials provided to us in a timely manner, so we have a chance to do them. So if we get the materials next week,
Steve, what's the deadline, next one?
Yeah, those next one, too. The next one,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll be able to on plans.
Okay, thank you.
What's your, do you guys have any feedback of what kind of material for the awning?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll see what.
I'm just curious, yeah,
so in Yorkville, we have, there's different materials, but we do have some metal awning that go over the windows.
I think we're gonna have to see what can attach.
What can attach to that, okay,
Cause that might be heavy, I don't know.
Yeah.
No clue, but I think we're gonna have to see what, whoever makes the awnings, how they can attach it to the ethos.
all right?
Thank you.
thank you, thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay.
That concludes our agenda items. Any questions or comments? We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Where's that?